Alrighty guys, welcome. Hope we're all doing well, ladies and gents. Hope you all had a wonderful weekend. Back on the charts for yet another big week, guys. So looking forward to it. Let's kill this music a little bit. It's a new track, new playlist, guys, by the way, so I hope you enjoy it. Alrighty. YouTube, TikTok, as always. Good morning, good afternoon, and a very good evening wherever you are around the world. Hope you're all doing well, guys. Welcome to another big week on the charts. As always, we'll do our best to see what we can come up with on both GJ and gold. Guys, if you have any questions, any charts, any pairs you'd like me to look at, always feel free to send those in, and I will get to those as soon as I can once I've done the analysis on, first of all, GJ and gold. So guys, if you've not done so yet, YouTube, you guys know the deal. Hit that like button. TikTok, smash that screen. Let's quickly have a look at the news before we get underway with the analysis. So it was a red followed news event with coming out of the Bank of Japan earlier today. Not too sure what came out of that, to be honest. I haven't caught up with the actual news, but otherwise, moving forward today, there's nothing on the agenda that should really have any effect on our session or NY for that matter. But always do be aware, or do be wary of anything that could be breaking. So it's always good to keep an eye on the news, guys. Without further ado, let's get started. Let's have a look at DJ to begin with. Let's see how long I can actually stream on TikTok without getting banned today. So let's see if we can set a new record. Anyway, guys, let's start with GJ and let's have a look starting at the weekly time frame. So I sent in the analysis, the weekend update, to my members group, the VIP. And what I did say was the fact that the previous weekly yesterday closed back a very strong bearish candle. Based off that, I'm more inclined to look for sells, but seeing we've closed that and leaving a wick into that support on the higher time frame, the weekly time frame, it would not surprise me if perhaps we could just be grabbing a little bit more liquidity right at that higher low in order to head back up and eventually retest that 200 flat level. That's looking deeper into it, further into it. As you guys know, I'm not so concerned about where we could go on a higher time frame. I'm more concerned about where we are currently on the chart, but just an area of interest that we potentially could bounce off. Now onto the daily time frame, and structure wise, we do remain bullish on the daily time frame. We have retested support here to the left hand side. The issue is below that previous daily candle's low, we're running into multiple levels of support, a big area of liquidity. So would not surprise me even if we were to break the low of that previous weekly candle, just to loiter maybe around that support, grab some liquidity, and then begin to bounce off that level. But currently what we have done within the current daily candle is respected the low of the previous candle, and we have since formed we are forming a bullish candle, tapping into this previous support, so far rejecting. So we're kind of now between the lows of that previous weekly candle and the support we broke towards the end of last week. So we'll go down to the 4 hour and see what we can make of that, but we know we're technically bullish in structure on the daily time frame. Now on to the 4 hour, and that is definitely going to be bearish. Once again, you can't deny the level we're at, very strong level of support to the left hand side. So seeing we're at that strong level of support, it's not going to be the easiest sell option to sell it into it. But we've had some data print throughout the day, so we've got some rejection at this previous support here to the left hand side on the previous candle. So what we're going to do is we're going to mark in previous 4 hour candle's low. We're going to see what we've got below that level. If we were to break it, there'd be a high probability that we come back down and retest that current daily candle's low and that previous weekly candle's low. Structure wise, like I mentioned, we are bearish. If we were to begin to pop above the current daily candle's high, then there's a high probability we'll continue to the upside. Just quickly looking at the daily, let's mark in a 50% of that previous candle. Look, TikTok, I think I got a new record there, about 1 minute, 2 minutes. I have no idea what the deal is with TikTok. Anyway, so let's mark in the 50% and let's just see what we've got if we have anything at that level on the 4 hour and M30. So the 4 hour kind of lines up with this support we've broken. Back to the 30-minute lines up with this support that could be a potential target to the upside. All right, so Let's mark in some zones first of all. Really have no idea what to do as TikTok. I actually removed anything that may suggest I'm trying to scam people into anything, but nonetheless hasn't worked. All right, so that's the most immediate 4-hour resistance. Let's just now go on to the 30-minute. We can obviously adjust this to high of the current daily candle, and we're going to include the bearish wick. Now we're going to adjust this to the downside as well, guys, and that is the current 4-hour range. Now, what we've done within it, we've recently created that low, retesting its previous resistance, and we're starting to pop back above it. So we've created support on the pullback. Now, if we were to continue bullish, then we don't necessarily need to pull back down and break this support. If we were to do so, we know we're bearish in structure on the 30-minute time frame. It'd be a high probability at that point there, that price would eventually retest the current daily candle's low and that 4-hour support, and potentially the previous weekly candle's low, where we could maybe begin to look for further options. But at this rate, I'd rather sell it, sorry, from higher up. So currently, if we break the trend, creating that lower low, lower high. So if we reject this previous resistance, start to pop below support form just below it, and there's a good chance, I reckon, that once we pop below 195 flat, that we're coming back down towards 194.60. That'd be a potential target. So the sells below look good to me. As far as buy options, bit of choppiness to the upside by the looks of it. The traffic on the 15-minute, we've got some consolidation here to the left. So it's not going to be easy at the moment to look for potential buys from the current level, in my opinion, unless you're going to take an early entry. And just trust that early entry, if you wide a stop loss in anticipation it's going to retest the high of the current daily candle. Personally, that's not the way I trade. That's not something I'd be doing. But what I will be doing nonetheless is looking for price to pop back up to the resistance form that had 195.90, and if we close above it, that point there's a high probability that we could look for options to take a potential buy. Back up to the 30-minute resistance up here around that 196.50, which lines up 50% of that previous weekly candle. So we'll just remove that for now. So further options for the sells now, guys. If we were to pull back, now we've recently formed resistance in the current daily candle at 195.60 roughly. So if we were to create an equal high or even a lower high after tapping in only to reject, then I would definitely consider my options for a potential sell back down towards the support here at 195 flat. So the current minor range, more 30-minute range in the 4-hour range, is between that 195.70 and 195 flat. For the time being, I'm not interested in buying it. I'd rather wait and see how price reacts and responds to that 195.60 sort of level for potential options to buy it, to sell it, sorry. That is GJ. Hopefully that makes sense, guys. So I left the TikTok. I had the TikTok on my phone, streaming on one of the phones, just to see what it looked like as a viewer. And seeing access denied, it sent me across to some girl dancing in very little clothing. Go figure. That's allowed, but trying to educate people for free is not. So TikTok, you have no idea. Very frustrating. Moving on to gold, guys. So let's have a look at it, and let's start the weekly time frame. And very strong bearish candle at previous weekly candle. Once again, we're going to mark in the 50. May not necessarily pull away back that far. There is a big candle itself, but nonetheless we will mark it in. And let's see what we've got around that level if we were to potentially pull back to that level. Now, current daily / weekly has no lower wick, so we're also going to see what we've got below that level there if we were to look for potential options to sell it based off the higher time frame counter probabilities themselves. So looking at it now onto the daily time frame, so what we can see on a daily, and I mentioned this on the market update video I sent into the members, was the previous two candles suggest to me potential exhaustion. And look where we closed. We closed above this support to the left hand side. We whipped below it twice only to close above it, closing above that 25.60 level. So what that suggests to me was that potentially we're beginning to exhaust, and if the current daily broke the high of the previous daily, then it's likely going to break the high of the candle prior to that, and then we have some pretty clean traffic to the left. So it has done so far. We have no lower wick though. Either way, if we were to pull back, 2 levels of support formed on the way up, I may consider looking for the buy options. I know it still could pull back to create that lower wick, but as long as we respect the levels we have created on the move to the upside, then we don't necessarily need to keep pulling to pull back to create that lower wick. Onto the 4-hour time frame. So daily's bearish in structure. 4 hours also technically bearish in structure. Nice strong closure on that previous 4-hour candle. Gonna mark in the most recent resistance that we have broken out of. Seeing, I don't think we've yet retested it. I'm also gonna mark in the support just a little bit below it. So that's the current daily candle low, so we can see just below it running into some 4-hour support, so we can remove that. To the upside, that resistance lines up with the 50% of that previous weekly candle. So there are levels on the 4-hour, guys. Now onto the 30-minute, and that is technically bullish. So we do have a catalyst to look for the buy options, guys, with 30-minute being bullish. That gives us options in our direction. Now, we've not yet retested that 4-hour resistance that we had broken out of during the Asian session. So I'm going to keep that in for the time being. But what I will be looking for is, let's just go down to the 15-minute time frame and mark in the support based off that. And we'll change that to blue. So if we were to, if we were to start popping back below that 4-hour resistance and back below the most recent support we have formed on the way up, then there's a high probability with clean traffic to the left that we could retrace this move and eventually come down to create that lower wick on the new weekly candle. So therefore, I'd be definitely interested in the sales play at 25.70 if you were to come back down to that level. Now, options for the buy. So I'm going to mark in a minor resistance at the current daily candles high. Now, if we were to retest this 25.76, 77, 78 sort of level and form a support above it, then I'm going to be looking for my price action catalyst at that point to look for a potential buy to take it back up in line with the current strength of the daily and in line with the 30-minute structure itself, which is technically bullish. So that is the buy option for the time being. Further buy options above the current daily candles high. Once again, we have pretty clean traffic to the left hand side, and if we do now create that low, high, low, only to pop back up, break the higher high, then again we're moving with the structure. We're going to be looking for the buys above that 25.97.30 sort of level on gold. Impulse entries may be valid, just depending on the approach to that level, but otherwise the safer play is obviously waiting for the confirmation of the closure, retest, and continuation. Now, if we do pull back only to reject the current daily candle high, once again we are bearish in the bias, and this could be just the weekly creating its upper wick. We know we're below the 50%, so if we create that equal high within the current daily candle, then I could also look for my catalyst to present within price action from below that 25.95 sort of region. So that is the goal, guys. Hopefully that makes sense. We'll just keep it in like so for the time. I'll just remove that, and we'll see what we can what presents. Now with gold, what I'd really like for it to do before looking for buys above, mark in that level there. So this is the most recent resistance. Formed support in the previous candle, but we haven't quite tapped into that previous level that we've broken out of. We have tapped into this point here though, haven't we? That 25.80. Interesting. We could also look for potential options, perhaps, guys, above 25.87.77 for a potential buy. Seeing we have tapped into a level of liquidity to the left, and we did close above it, by the way, and we are technically bullish in structure on the 30-minute time frame with that daily counter probabilities being to the upside. potentially we could look for the buys above 2587.77 as well, guys. So that's something to contemplate if and when it presents. And that is about it, guys. Hopefully that made sense. Now I'll submit an appeal on TikTok, but it will not get approved. Or TikTok's an absolute mistake. All right, who we got here today? Franco, morning to you. As always, Ben, KC, morning to you. You had a blessed weekend. Yeah, not bad, mate. Busy, but otherwise can't complain. Beats, good morning to you, my friend. As always, pleasure to have you on the stream. Rick, as always, same to you. Skull, yeah. Look, the 30 minutes bullish, so I'm not against the buys, and the fact that we're bouncing off the 4-hour/daily support as well. So that to me is a pretty strong level that we've bounced off. And if we begin to break above the resistance most recently formed within the current daily candle, maybe we can look for the buy option. Carl left, good morning to you as always. Music a bit loud. Excuse me, is it? Alright, turn it down a little bit more. Now, this is just another playlist I found online. I don't know if it's any good. It might get a copyright strike, so if it does, then you won't hear it again tomorrow. Gabby, g'day to you. Morning music's nice, but it's a higher voice if possible. Oh, okay. So that's just... How about now? Joseph, Joe, g'day to you, mate. Is it better now, guys? Better? Nice one. No worries, guys. Perfect. Alright, members. Let me send you guys a link. Swear, sorry to brag, oh, not brag, whinge about it, but I swear TikTok, I had a look prior to starting it again, because they give you a 3-day ban and then they give you like 3 strikes and you're out. So this is my second one. I swear I studied it to the point I was convinced I had it right this time. No reference to a group or anything, the VIP. The only thing I had on there was this is for educational purposes only, not financial advice, and didn't last long yet again, so it's very frustrating. Very frustrating. I don't know how others get away with it. All right, so the focus likely to be gold at this rate. Wow, Bitcoin. All right, I don't think my dog with hat position is going to get filled on Bybit. Believe it or not, that is an over crypto meme coin. I've got some limit orders set on that, and somehow I think they're going to get missed. Bitcoin's about to take off again. So that's the weekend, guys. Hope you all had a good one. Rick managed to switch my working days from January 1st. Nice one. We'll be trading Tuesdays, Thursdays, best days in my opinion. Yeah, I enjoy Tuesdays. I think it's good to get the first day out of the week. To be honest, I feel it's probably better to trade Mondays on into NY session more so than London, because at least they've had a little bit more data print. If there's anything that's gone on over the weekend in regards to the news and that type of thing, it's kind of sort of filtered through by the first two sessions of the day, or a large majority of the impact may have been. And therefore what you might find is into NY session will generally start to maybe begin to trend a little bit more. But as long as my plan presents, then I'm definitely not opposed to trading Monday. But I find Tuesdays, yes, I do enjoy trading Tuesdays. Thursdays are good, and Fridays are lower risk in my opinion. I give up on bloody TikTok. The thing is with TikTok, you can't email them. There is no one you can speak to. Unlike YouTube. It's such a shit take, honestly. They'll allow girls to dance half naked. How, man? Rick, let me know. Send me a message. Because I've looked every time I go to contact us, there is no way of contacting them. Because I've seen other guys have, like, literally on stream, the actual entry, full entry, including the, you know, position or whatever, and that's totally fine. I've covered up the numbers, so expand the screen so you couldn't see the numbers, and I thought maybe that was something. The price, I have no idea. Monday Friday is not my best day. Traded both low risk. I think that's a pretty good idea, to be honest, mate. Checking on TikTok right now. All good, brother. All good. Don't do it now, man. Look at the charts. Keep an eye on the charts. So we had the 15 close on gold, and we're now just consolidating. So this is good. We can see we have a bit of margin to the upside if we were to close above it. To the downside, it's going to be a little bit difficult. Reason being is because we've got these wicks to the left hand side. So I'd rather, and the likelihood is if we start to close below, we're going to be too far below. Not going to be the margin to sell it down to the support, previous resistance. So what I'd rather do is just wait to see how price reacts to that level and look for potential options to buy it if that was to be the case. Rick, I'm not on. I got banned. It's not on live right now. I got banned after like 1 minute. Yeah, again, that's what I mean. Again. Archo, man, g'day to you. Haven't seen you on the YouTube chat for a while. I'm assuming it's Archer. Sorry if it's not. Oh man, not good to hear. No work? Well, at least you get to spend a bit of time with us on the chart, so... Yeah, that's it, man. Why not? Always a pleasure to have you on the stream. Quickly look at GUG. Looks very interesting because the closure above this resistance here, you're going to flip the 30-minute structure. Not only that, you're going to be starting to pop back above the support from last Thursday. So the 4-hour also, I mean, a really nice option would be to wait for this count to close above, but the issue is you might miss out. So I'd just wait for confirmation at 30. And it would be at that point with the structure, but await the confirmation. So I would await the closure above to confirm the structure, flipping back bullish, back above some support here to the left-hand side. It's been a big sell-off on the majors, obviously, with since the election result. You are at a strong level of support here on the higher time frame. And to be honest, much as it sucks, I feel that this is going to continue. I think the majors are in line for big deep correction. I think the Dixie is just going to continue to fly at the moment at 106. So that's some pretty solid resistance, but I mean fundamentally breaks 107 and 108 is the next target, and if it breaks that, then wow, be off to the races for the US dollar. Rick really don't understand why TikTok's banning you over. I have no idea, man. I have one more try at it, and what I will give it, that's in like 3 days. They ban you for 3 days, and they give you 3 strikes and you're done, I think. And I think I'll start it a bit later, so without the analysis. So maybe it's thinking I'm, you know, saying buy now, sell now, whatever, when I'm doing the analysis. I have no idea, but man, like I said, I did my homework and watched a few of the other streams to see how they went about it. I mean, the only other thing is most of them stream using their phone, looking at the screen. I'm not doing that. I mean, fuck that for a joke. Excuse my language, but I'm not sitting there with a phone on my bloody shoulder or something. Yeah, forget that. I'd just rather not stream on there. I used to do it though. I used to never have any problems with it. Alright, let's look at GJ. Do we get some options to sell it from the current level? Because what we're doing is now creating potentially a lower high within, on the 30-minute time, or an equal high. We're rejecting a little bit of resistance we have most recently formed here to the left. What we could have in the next 9 minutes is a bearish engulfing M15, which will close the 30-minute, back bearish, leaving a long wick to the upside. And so long as we've got the margin, at that point there, I feel it's a high probability of coming back down towards that 195.10 sort of region. So the catalyst here, bearish engulfing M15. If we close below that point there, I may look to take a sell on GJ. Archer, what do you think about the 1 hour on GJ? Looks a bit, what the 1 hour? does, it definitely does. The 1 hour looks atrocious, to be honest. It does not look good. Yeah, it's a tough one. But using my price action analyst and the fact that we had a clean move up, I'd roll with it with just obviously a small entry being a Monday. But it has to close engulfing. I won't charge for anything else. Overall trend, so I think it makes sense. Yeah, I think it's worth a small entry in a 4 hour. Yep, the previous candle. So we want it to close below this horizontal, and then we'll be looking at some potential sells on GJ. Let's put an alert on gold. Marco Bluffs, welcome guys, good day to you. Now as far as the giveaway guys, there's a few of you, and I think it's only fair to maybe give you all a chance, the few of you who I have taken notice of on, obviously within the YouTube chat and the Discord. So I'll probably put you guys into a wheel spin. Now, at this rate, there's about 4 or 5. So you got like a 1 in 4, 1 in 5 chance of winning a VIP subscription. So, and that is on Wednesday. Don't stress if you're not on stream. I'll contact you, or when I see you next on stream or whatever, I'll make mention of it. Also make mention of it in the Discord group. So we've got to wait just over 5 minutes guys, and waiting for the candle to close below this horizontal. And that would be enough of a catalyst for me to sell GJ. Rick's still not able to trade JJ. I think I just call one. I would. Yeah, I definitely would. Everything but pound pairs, really. That's very interesting. So not even GU. Yeah, I'd definitely be on the phone, to be honest. Alright guys, so just under 4 minutes remaining. We want accounts close below this horizontal, and then I will look for a sell stop on GJ. As long as this thing doesn't melt in the next 3 minutes and 45 seconds, and so long as the condition is the new candle has an upper wick, and then that would be enough for me to look for the sell option. So could have an option in 3.5 minutes, guys. GU is possible? Okay. GJ isn't for 2 weeks now. Very, very strange. Alright, we don't want this thing to melt too far, because then what we're going to have is a problem with the stop loss. Alright, so what I'm personally doing on my MetaTrader is tracking a lot of this candle. Because the entry is going to be about a pip and a half below it. Now, I'm not going to look for any limit order. This rate, we've still got enough margin. Looking at 30. Still enough. So this rate, low on IC markets is 195 to 82. So I'd be potentially looking at an entry. If that used to be the lowest point of this candle, and we have that valid entry in the closure below the horizontal, I'd be looking at potentially 195 to 65 personally as where I would like to get involved. Alright, so less than 30 seconds, guys. Looks like we're going to get a nice closure on the 30. Closing the M15, bearish engulfing. Oh, this is not what we want though. 266, so needs lower wick too, by the way. Ah, man. Yeah, I'm staying out. I don't like that. It's got no lower wick. We've only got 15, so once you count spread about 14 pips down to the 30-minute zone. Yeah, sorry guys, not interested in that. For me, it has to, especially Monday, it has to be perfect. What I would look at if we have the margin was this candle pull back to create a decent upper wick and then for broke its own low again. The issue with that is you just don't have the margin at all. Once you account for spread, you won't even have 10. Unfortunately, be very, well, not unfortunate for me, it's just how I am. Be very strict with it, and it means there's no entry right now. No stress, we just wait once again. So if this was deeper and we had more margin to the downside, more range, And what I would normally do at this point is set a sell stop below of the current candle. Because the way I see it is, with this candle not having, well, it's got a tiny lower wick, but to me that's not really a lower wick. Then what I often see happen on the following candle is, when it opens up, it tends to drop quite quickly and create what is kind of that lower wick which we didn't have, like the residual volume towards the end of that candle. And then what I find is it pops back up as it's doing now, pretty bullish, to create what is obviously the upper wick on the new candle. So it's secondary to creating a lower wick. So that at this point, what it's doing is grabbing some liquidity for it to have the volume, once it begins to break its own low yet again, to make that move back down to the next level of support, next level of liquidity. So that's something I normally consider, but the fact of the matter is, at this point, we just don't have the margin below that level to the next support on the 30-minute. So I'd rather just wait and avoid it for the time being. So one thing, guys, I was doing a little bit of research, also while I was driving, to be honest, not the best thing to do, but on some meme coins and that. Some of the names of these things are absolutely hilarious, and the market cap on some of them is just ridiculous as well. To be honest, it's, I cannot believe. Basically, out of thick air, they've just made up this coin. Basically got a big cult following behind it, and that's pretty much all the meme coin is. There's no real utility to it, so I want to trade the crap out of it, to be honest, on high leverage, on financial advice. But if you hit one, even with like $100, it could be a big life-changing moment, really. Trading market, gold is good M30 close. Yeah, we're trading into this wick on the 30, so for me, I'm not interested in selling it from the current level. Also, the 30-minute structure is technically bullish, but yeah, there is potential for it to come back down because we've not yet retested the most recent resistance we broke out. We have retested, and so far we're remaining above another resistance here to the left. But there is still potential for it to come back down to retest 25.7750. So, I mean, based off that and using the strength of that previous M30, I mean, I don't blame you if you were considering sells. But personally, for me, I'm waiting for, if it does make that pullback, then I'm happy to miss that move and then wait to see how price reacts lower down for my potential option to buy it. Otherwise, buys above 25.8777. Guys, who remembers I called XRP last week? I think it was Wednesday. Tuesday or Wednesday. So it was somewhere around here. Just using common sense more than anything. For me, it's quite an obvious trade. I didn't trade it though. I should have, but what I was thinking is the fact that on most exchanges that people might have accounts on with brokers, whatever, crypto exchanges, a lot of them will be would have the dinosaur, like the altcoins, and they'll be the ones that they're familiar with, the names, XRP, Cardano, Bitcoin, all those sort of coins, obviously. So for me, the first thing they'd ape into once they see Bitcoin's flying is these other coins, XRP, Ethereum, all that stuff. And just based off that, I think more than anything, that was enough to take an option and buy it, but I personally didn't. Wish I followed my own analysis, but nevertheless, it was good to be correct. Jesse, XRP CEO also met Trump. Yeah, that'd be another thing. Wasn't aware of that, but yeah, that'd definitely do it, wouldn't it? Yeah, so Trump has come out very pro Bitcoin and crypto. DJ may just start consolidating for the time being. Does anyone have a Bybit account? It is by far the best trading platform. I absolutely love it. It's a little bit off-putting at the start, but once you work out how to use it, it's just fantastic. It's all in one. You've got your trading views screen, you got everything. Steve, good morning to you, mate. Hope you're well. Welcome. Replied to your message on Telegram, my friend. I'm not sure if you saw it. All good, mate. All good. Yeah, I'm not really on Telegram that much, to be honest, man. Seeing I've moved everything, well, I started on Discord. So I've turned off Telegram notifications because they get pretty annoying, to be honest. I rarely check it. Mr. Phil, good morning to you, mate. Steve, you're fine? Nice one. Yeah, good, man. Good. All good here. I'll be much relieved, man. Happy man come Wednesday when my brother's supposed to be back. It means I can concentrate a little bit more on my trading, which is, you know, obviously I haven't been able to trade Fridays lately. Definitely not have the energy for MY, but that will all change again from later this week, so that'll be good. We'll have a sim session with the guys on Sunday. VIP, they'll be back in the sim sessions. So looking forward to all of that. Once again, we do have the education session today, not long after the stream. By the way, guys, anyone has any suggestions as to what topic you'd like me to cover, feel free to post that in the Discord VIP chat. Otherwise, what we're going to do is just jump on, and if anyone has questions, I will happily answer those. Trading market, JJ has small wick on my broker, but TradingView has no. Yeah, well, obviously because they're different brokers, so some might have. Let me see, as I see markets have. It's pretty much the same as what you got here. If you really zoomed in, there's a tiny one. But for me, it's just not enough. Plus the fact that New Cattle had basically the same thing when open, just a tiny upward and then begun to drop. So for me, once again, was not enough for what I wanted to see to take the entry. Where is it? Petrels. That's it. Yeah, I'm not gonna get hit, I can tell. Maybe. Very little volume at the moment, guys. We're 15 minutes, just over 15 minutes until session open, and not much is happening at the moment, so it's all good. We just chill and wait for something solid to present. Obviously very early into the week.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning, Franco. How are you, mate?
Oh, I had a terrible weekend.
Oh, really? That's not good.
Yeah, so I had 3 days in a row headaches.
Not good, mate.
Finally, this morning, I'm free of the aches, so
Yep.
it was horrible. Absolutely.
Well, as long as you're getting better, mate, it's the main thing.
Yeah. Yeah. And you?
All good, mate. All good. Just being busy. But yeah, all good. All good. GJ looks good right now, but again, just don't have the margin. But as far as the catalyst win price action, that is very nice, very clean. Long wick to the upside, rejecting, closing weak bullish. Once again, grabbing some liquidity from this zone to the left. But once again, the fact of the matter is I just don't have the margin on the M30. Could easily just tap into this level and bounce off. Is it worth risking? In my opinion, not really, because you've got about maybe 9 pips to that level. So I'd rather just wait for a more margin and a better option. But as far as price action, that's pretty clean. Catalyst, pretty clean entry. sorry, Franco, mate. Cut you off.
It's okay, Jackson. Okay.
Been in the wars, my friend. You haven't had much luck of late, have you? You've been last few weeks. You've been in the wars with the hand. All that you went well.
Yeah. So I was not really feeling good the last weeks. Absolutely. So
yeah.
I don't know why. Hopefully, it will be a little bit better. So I was also not often trading because of that. So
yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, it was a little bit. My routine was a little bit destroyed.
Yeah, it's skewed.
These things. So I hope I will get. I don't know, the next 3-4 weeks, because then later on we have Christmas. So I think 3 weeks before Christmas, I think maybe to leave trading.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because I think the volatility will be greater then, and difficult to trade.
Yeah,
so
essentially.
To get some trades the next 3 weeks.
Yeah, I'll be on till around the midpoint of December, and then I still would be doing some stuff with obviously the VIP sim sessions and that type of thing.
Looking for new entry modes and so on.
Yeah, that's it. Just lots of practice and testing. It has a small upper wick, but yeah, I'm not taking it because of the lack of margin. Down to the 30-minute level.
I think with GJ it's the issue with the stop loss, and then
the lack of margin. Yeah, correct. If there was a small margin, I 100% would have taken a sell just there. GU looks, if it can make it above that resistance, it looks really good. Looking at 30-minute structure. Sells I feel are going to be kind of difficult because you got some support not too far below the current candle's low. But if it does reject yet again, pop back up and rejects 126.40, then potentially would look for the sells.
Yeah, I've sent some
analysis. Yeah. Yep, basically the exact same as what I'd be looking at personally. Mr. Phil, EJ. Yeah, makes sense. And EU looks similar to GU, lean above the resistance. Yeah, but right now it's just right in the middle. So yeah, definitely look for pullback for sell option. It is very bearish. Yeah, nice charts. Pretty good, JJ. So it's made the move. All right. All good. Oops. Anyone actually take it? What the hell is this song? Yeah, no, that does my head in. All right, so if you did take GJ, just be wary you're at some support right now. And now we can potentially look for the sells below 20, 25, 86, 87, that sort of region as well, guys. We do reject and we make a clean move up to that level. Doesn't have to travel that far just to get to that level, but if we do reject and we have a catalyst within price action to sell below that point, we potentially could look at options upon the equal high yet again. Yeah, gold a little bit of a mess, the price action at the moment. No real confirmation for me just yet to get involved. DJ were remaining above this support, so see where that closes in the next 4 minutes and 40 seconds. right, so potentially gold coming down. This is fine. This is good. We'd like it to make a clean move down. Tapping in to retest this 25.77.53. Grab some more liquidity from a zone it recently broke out of, or previously during the Asian session. And then we could look for the option and buy it. I reckon everyone's smashed like. Not just yet. Only 19 of those, so it could. That'd be fantastic, guys. So we're loitering near the 5-minute support just now. So Aussie really, in my opinion, want to be below that level, below this wick. Rick smash it, that's it, be much appreciated. GJ were still above that support at the moment, so likes are free, they are, and they're a good way of showing some appreciation for the stream. Don't be an arsehole. This just a little bit of a liquidity grab, potentially. Hope it swiped the previous low wick, then go back up. It could do so. I'd really like for it to come down a little bit lower though. Just because we know there's at some point what likely is going to happen is price will come back down to retest this resistance, which we have not yet done so. Alright, so it's London open, guys. Up wick on gold. This was tapping into a level of resistance or support. I'd be looking to buy it, but we don't really have anything. GJ goes back in consolidation right now, so GJ needs to wait for the time being. Well done. If anyone did take the early sells with a little margin, you would have got your 10. So there's nothing really at the moment for me on gold. What have we got for the remainder of the week? Well, the rest of the week in news-wise, we've got, it's a big one tomorrow for the pound. That is 9 PM my time, so that is what, 10 AM? I think it is for those of you in the UK. Monetary policy report hearings. Big one for the CAD. Also tomorrow, CPI on Wednesday stream, so that should be interesting for the pound. As far as the US wise, Thursday unemployment claims, and Friday manufacturing and services PMI. So pretty big week for the pound, and some high impact euro news, but not as much for the US dollar. It comes later in the week, so could be a decent trading for NY session for those who do trade it. So it should be on for Friday as well this week, guys. Should be all good. Pretty uneventful start to London session. GJ is pretty much where it opened, as is gold. Gold's right where it's open. Someone buy some gold, price goes up, right? If only it was that easy. How many $1 trillion market cap is gold? I think is it 17? But that is a lie, to be honest. How would they know? Honestly, how would they know? How would they know who's hiding gold in their bloody wardrobe or anything? Not saying I do, but you guys get the picture. There is no way of really knowing. But anyway, let's suss it out.
Hi guys,
Mr. Phil, how are you, mate?
I'm doing alright. How about you?
All good, mate. All good.
Good morning.
Anything today?
Say again. Sorry, mate.
Anything today?
Not yet. No. No, I called a potential entry on GJ, but I didn't take it personally. 'Cause didn't have the margin. It would have worked, but anyway, all good. Gold market cap 17.37 trillion, but again, that's no one really knows, to be honest. Values obtained by multiplying the current gold price with the world's above ground gold reserves. See, that's just a reserve, so it doesn't really include, like I mentioned before, the gold that people hold themselves. Jewelry and that too. I mean, there's obviously gold in that. Yeah, you guys get a picture. So it'd be very hard to know the actual true market cap, but I think, of gold and any of these metals, to be honest. Other than maybe what's stored, but even then, I don't think every country would be reporting exactly I doubt China, Russia are gonna let the whole world know exactly how much gold they have. GJ just consolidating, so again, nothing right now, guys. London quite not eventful, the open right now, but we'll just wait and see where candle closes and the next candle possibly, and then we'll see if we can find something.
For the whole of last week, the volume has been in the market after NY open.
The volume after NY open?
Yeah.
Yep.
Most of the moves I've seen came after NY open.
Okay.
So,
yeah, well last week was a bit of a struggle to find some quality entries, so
yeah, like I think on Friday, if I was trading, I could have taken like 2 really good entries.
yep.
But I didn't because I had already said I would not trade on Friday. I wasn't going to trade on Friday last week.
Yeah. That's good though, to have the discipline to sit on your hands.
Yeah, so there was some really good moves. Even on Thursday, I took the one winning trade I had last week. I took on Thursday, and that was after NY open.
Okay.
Yeah, I think like an hour or two after NY open, and then there was just this rush of volume.
Yep.
Really a lot of volume.
Yeah, so maybe the cycle is now switched to also to NY. Possibly. I mean, Asian session looks like it's made some nice moves as well. I mean, even GJ had a fair bit of volume during the Asian session as well, so perhaps the cycles slightly switch over to maybe Asian session and NY for the time being. But London will have its moment in the sun. It could be today, still it could be just throughout the week. We'll just wait and see. But yeah, for the most part, last week wasn't a great deal of good clean opportunities, in my opinion, during the London session itself. Rick, don't we have a trillionaire life? Oh, mate. Of course. You're looking at what now, I wish. Only. Put your hand up if you like, if anyone is. I doubt it though. Let's move the copper markets. It's yeah, more probable, isn't it? Rick, Africa has some Darfies walking around with tons of gold. Could have as well, to be honest. I mean, it's likely to be traded OTC in many countries as well that we don't know about. I mean, it's probably happening, you know, in the States, in Oz. So again, I don't feel there's any real way of knowing exactly how much gold there is. But I would hazard a guess it's a lot more than 17 point whatever trillion dollars worth.
I think there are countries that do have the citizens who own a fair bit of gold, a lot of it. Like I've seen like a country like India,
Yeah,
with a lot of population, they do like gold a lot.
yeah. A lot of the Asian countries as well. It's very popular in China, Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos.
I see most of their citizens, they buy a lot of gold.
Yeah, it's huge for them. It's a very prestigious thing to own gold. Kind of trade is different too. I mean, it's a bit more blingy, I suppose, than what we'd see here in Oz, and maybe you'd see in you know, the guys from Europe and that. But yeah, they absolutely love their gold over those that way.
I think there was one report I saw somewhere which said the estimated gold owned by households in India is almost equal to the reserve by the state.
Wow.
So,
okay. A lot. There was a lot of people in India, so some very wealthy people as well.
It's not like they are really wealthy to buy it. Everyone just buys it. Like
Yeah.
they will save up months of
Just for gold.
earnings just for gold.
Yeah.
One of my colleagues, he buy like a chain of like 50 grams of gold, saving over like for 3-4 months for that to buy that.
Yeah.
So and they don't just buy it once. Maybe in a year they will say, okay, this year I buy like 25 grams, next year I buy like 50 grams.
Yeah, it's literally all their cash goes into it.
Yeah, and for them they take it as like savings. Like
Yeah.
they buy it and just hold.
Yeah, correct.
In case they have like, and they buy from like legalized shops with the license and all of those things, so they can easily flip it back in the shops with the current market price.
Yeah, it's very easy for them to trade in or to sell it back. It is. It's the same time. It's really, really easy, and you get the market price. So it's the same there. They all love to save with buying gold. Speaking of it, we want a closure above. We want to flip the micro trend back bullish. I mean, you could argue it is bullish right now, but what we have done is just create a lower high, lower low. So we want it to start creating another higher high. So up above, close above is ideal. If not, it has to close right up, like literally right up near the high. Yeah, for me, I'm very, very bullish on gold. I see it as you cannot go wrong investing. Personally, I think investing in gold. Even if it drops now, even if it's 22 or whatever, I would not be as slightest bit concerned, because at some point eventually it's going to get to 3k. And I'm sure into the future it'll be at 5+ as well. Still
Justin, maybe I will just leave the chat now.
all good, mate.
My pairs are just consolidating. There's nothing for me on the chat at the moment.
All good, mate. Not a problem. Thank you for joining.
Maybe, yeah, maybe the NY call, the NY might be full again today. Let's
Yep.
see.
See how you go.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Talk to you tomorrow.
No worries, mate. You take care.
You too.
Cheers, mate. All right, so let's mark in the 50% of this zone now. That's minimum where we need this candle to close above for it to be a really strong confirmation, or for me to consider it a strong enough closure to potentially look for the impulse if it does present. But obviously the preference is for it to close completely above. Now the stop loss we'd have to use the 15-minute candle. So I'm not taking the impulse entry, guys. Not taking it considering where it's come from. Your stop loss is way too wide. We're not trusted for 15 because this could just grab some liquidity from the upside and end up rejecting, closing back below. Based off the current 15, the previous one had no very small upper wick. Current one has basically no lower wick. So I'd rather wait for the 30-minute closure. And then I'm not concerned about the 15-minute not having that lower wick. I know, man. It's like could be one of those days again. I can't even see any sort of catalyst to buy it based off the 5-minute as well. For me, it would have been an extremely risky entry just buying gold. Unless you're trading off with a fib or something. Let's just quickly check it. So if you to use the fib the way I learned to use the fib, I'm getting from the low of the impulse to the highest point of the impulse. So on this week it almost tapped into 0.618. It's obviously broken below the 50. When markets are trading, the way I always thought was best to use the fib when I first learned this was more swing trading, was to look for pullbacks to around a 0.382. So that possibly would have been an entry based off that. Yeah, just interesting to see, but yeah, it's not the way I trade. Not these days. All right, so we've got about 8.5 minutes left. I would still trust the potential buy on the following candle if, first of all, what I want to see is this 5-minute candle tapping in to that resistance, closing bearish, and if that's to be followed by the next 5-minute candle closing maybe something like so, then we've still got the margin above what would be the high of the 30. We would have retested this zone So the new candle, all we need is a bit of a low wick. Don't necessarily need to pull the weight back yet again. And then we can look to buy it as it breaks the high of the 30-minute catalyst. So the good thing is we are retesting just now. Be really nice if this can close a bearish candle, followed by a bullish 5-minute closure to close it back above the resistance. And then I still trust the buys. So that is what I'm waiting for just now. So far, tick number 1 potentially presenting. Rick, weak bearish candle knee right, and 15 candle over on wick. Now, bottom wick, you mean? Yeah, it's potentially doing that just now. See, a little bit conflicting because you're gonna have a 30 still closing back relatively strong bullish, but the 15's gonna, if it closed like this, it's gonna close weak bear out bullish. If it closed below, then I mean, based off that, this is just another liquidity grab from the upside. So the issue is, once again, give me this 40 over 40 pip stop for about a 30 pip target, and it's gonna eat into that even more by the looks of it just now. Yeah, it's an 15. Yeah, so it's pulling back to create that just now. All right, so still could get that closure above, guys. It doesn't matter if this closes where it is on a 5 minutes, so long as the next candle ends up closing back above. But we've still got the same scenario. We've got the retest, we've got a closure above, we've got the retest, followed by another bullish candle closing the M30 above. So we're pulling away from this zone we would have obviously broken out of if that was to be the case. So that's what we need to see now for there to be a valid buy option on the following M30. Okay, look at GJ. Yeah, a little bit indecisive at London Open, the first M30. Right, this is good.
So EU is pushing a little bit up right now.
Okay, yeah.
So maybe there's some volume in the market.
Yeah, potentially. Looks like the volume's kicking in. Yes, EU's also looking good for potential buy options, I feel as well. But if it does reject, then I'd also be fishing around for a catalyst to sell it as well. GU. Yeah, if you had more margin, that'd be pretty nice catalyst as well if this candle closed as is. Rick, where's the chat? Either all in trades or probably fall asleep. Remove that from the time page. Oh man, I've definitely missed that. My buy limit orders were a little bit too low down. Oh, you had to pop away from it. All good, mate. Looking at potential gold buys, but we want this count to close a little bit higher up. Also looking at some Trump versus Biden skill time. That'd be pretty funny. Come on, pop up just a bit higher. Just another 10 pips or so to the upside. Mr. President is hilarious. Sure, it does say some funny things. I'll stay quiet because most of the things that come out my mouth will get the stream banned. No, YouTube aren't as sensitive, to be honest, man. YouTube's cool. They're not as bad as oh, obviously TikTok. You're gonna be, I don't know what you're gonna do. Maybe if I dance around in my knickers or something, and that's fine. That's totally fine. Not a problem. But pure education is not allowed. TikTok bans you for sneezing? Yeah, probably. Oh no, TikTok is very, very strict. Come on, goal. So we've got 10 seconds, guys, and this is not the closure we want. It's not closing above and it's not closing weak enough for a sell. Not having much luck of it on stream, honestly, the past 2 weeks finding clean entries. GJ is just consolidating. So that was the only potential entry. Follow that candle there if anyone did actually take it for the sell, but right now just need to wait yet again. Give him talk from now. Mate, it is just ridiculous how strict it is. I honestly have no idea. I see people promoting like sports betting groups and all that, and that's totally fine. I saw this one dude flashing just wads of cash on a live stream. I mean, what's this guy on about? And he keeps saying about how to join, link in his bio or whatever. Sports bet group. Once again, that's totally fine. That's not misleading, is it? Who knows, man? Who knows? Alright, so for the sells, we get a bearish engulfing. M15. Could be enough. Gold is not giving me setups. Yeah, it's a bit tricky at the moment, isn't it? Just maybe you should change background back to normal. Yeah, I only changed it because of this app allows me to use the one webcam for both TikTok and YouTube. So, but to be honest, I don't mind it. It kind of blends in with the chat. So on the actual YouTube screen. You're gonna go for a very low risk sell on the 5 minute on gold, Carl? Okay, breaking this bullish candle low. Okay. Dark room kidnapped. Held hostage by the old lady. Rick, you wouldn't take a strong end 30 count? Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, that's the main thing, Carl. You just need to be accepting of the risk. And as long as you're following your plan. Rick, if I'm not winning, at least someone on live stream we should all be winning. I always say it, I hope we all win. Even if you disagree with my analysis and you're taking your trade in the opposite direction, it'd be fantastic if we both win, both get an opportunity. But the main thing is just to follow your guys' analysis and what your plan is telling you to do, and have your own rules and things like that. And a lot of time they will line up with something I'm looking at, very similar. So that's fantastic if it does. But if it doesn't, and there's a potential entry for you guys while you're waiting, and if doesn't mean if I'm not taking that, you guys can't. Is it again? It's just you have to do what your analysis is telling you to do. You know, I'm no expert. I'm just comfortable, confident, and confident in what I do, and I got a pretty good win rate, so I'm comfortable doing it live on stream. Comfortable, helping, and I think I'm good at helping others, get better. We can see this for fun. Yeah, it is. We need to get 9 people on stream. Kyle M5 isn't my usual entry time frame. Rarely use it. Yes, same. I can use it as out of confluence, but I rarely use it as my catalyst. Like for instance, how I was using it before. If this candle had closed above, the catalyst still would have been the M30, but using a 5-minute confluence, that could have potentially ticked off on the box for an entry if the new candle just created a small lower wick without tapping in. So that's how I use the 5-minute. Rick needs to break last week's record of 45. Yeah, we should be able to do it at some point this week. Hasn't true. Oh, you see, not in yet. Okay. Yeah, it's a little bit indecisive at the moment. I mean, it keeps popping back up. Now it's back near current candle's low again. Trading market is not valid to buy gold. Candle closed above the resistance. Not technically above. No. Closed up to 50%, but that was the requirement if I was looking for an impulse entry above the resistance. What we've done within the catalyst candle, which isn't now a catalyst because it again didn't close above, so we whipped all the way halfway into the range above. So now the entry point becomes above that candle's high. And the fact of the matter is, prior to it, I didn't have what I wanted to see. This candle didn't close above. So there could be a reason for that. We could have just grabbed some liquidity once again from the upside. And this candle ends up, so far it's forming bearish. If it ends up closing maybe bearish engulfing on the 15, that could be good enough for me to trust the sell. Yeah, GJ's a bit all over the place as well at the moment, so just keep an eye on gold. Now, could we get an option off the 15? Because what I am seeing is, I mean, to the upside, what I am seeing is, if we close above, we've finally got that closure above. Not only that, we would have whipped back into the range below yet again, only to reject. So what that would suggest, if this candle closes like so, what that would suggest is maybe we've grabbed liquidity from this area, this range again, and the new candle creates a small low wick, begins to break, then that could potentially be an entry as well. So that's something I'm also keeping an eye on, guys. So we could also have buy options in 4 minutes. So it's definitely an interesting level. Make sure I'm on gold on my MetaTrader. All right, so let's see. Now, once again, we need the margin. We need to ensure we've got the margin to take a trade. So if this melts in next 2.5 minutes, then once again, it just happens we won't have a good enough margin enough to anyway to contemplate the entry, considering a stop loss would be quite wide as well. So the moment you stop loss, you to use the 15, it's a pretty tight stop. I mean, it's if you use the M30, it's way too wide. You'd have to use the 15. That's going to be about 30 pip. It's the low. So once again, what I'd be doing is tracking a lot of your broker of the current candle, and then potentially upon the open of the new candle, so creates an upper wick, we'll look at some sell stops below the low of this potential catalyst candle. It can't melt just now because then we won't have the margin and the stop loss is going to be too wide. So the low and IC markets just now, it's 26, 20. 25, 85, 26, so around 25, 85, 10. Rick, hope gold is actually going again in this Monday stream. Yeah, we'll soon find out. Just over 30 seconds, guys. Need an upper wick on the new candle. And this needs to close with a lower wick as well. Oh, it's going to create lower low, isn't it? Just to bloody stuff things up. Alright. No entry until it creates an upper wick. Has to pull back to create an upper wick. It's just dropped. So now what is the low of the current candle? We need to enter below that level. So I'd be looking at 25.85 flat. So I'm not in just yet. Alright, and the good thing is, if it does trigger in, we can always manage the trade based off the entry candle upper wick. Because if this triggers in, breaks zone low again, we just broke low of the previous candle, the current candle, when it dropped at the open of it. Then seeing we've created that upper wick now, then there is no need to pull back yet again and break our own high if we were to continue bearish. So we could start to adjust the stop loss very quickly, and it's a good way of managing it. Well, I mean, so if this win should be an idea, that's a good reward. Not had one of those for a month. That's healthy. 15 pip up wick. So seeing it's a Monday, I can pretty much just move the stop loss to just a bit above that point as soon as it gets triggered in, and that will mitigate my risk by 50%. Again, I'm all about risk management, keeping losses smaller. Once again, it's a smaller entry as well, seeing it is a Monday. Rick, yeah, whiskey instead, or a nice gin, or vodka's okay sometimes. Now the other thing that could eventuate is if this candle closes weak bullish on the 15, it will still close the 30-minute bearish back below this previous resistance, and then it'll be valid on the following candle as well, so long as it has an upper wick. So if that was to be the case, then what I might do is remove the order in the last few minutes of this candle and then put it back, line it up back in the same area, and just wait for the new hourly/M30 to create an upper wick. And as soon as that happens, put the order back in. But for the time being, I've definitely still got the order in, so we shall soon see. Oh, rum is actually my drink. Not, yeah, I like rum. Spice rum. Also, then don't like white. Oh, white rum's alright, but prefer spiced rum. Or yeah, probably the beer. Alright, let's see if we're gonna get triggered in. Taking it soon. What, the rum? Whiskey or the trade? Let's see. Almost triggered in. Green light is on, they're flashing at the starter's gates. And we're in. Right, adjusting stop loss to just above the entry counter. Got about 6 pips. Getting to break even. And get ready to start securing. Yeah, I'm on. There we go. You got 9. There we go. There's the 10. All right, I've closed half. Gonna leave the rest open. Got done, guys. No drawdown. Win within 1 minute. How good is that? It's a cracker of a trade, guys. Well done. Great work. Happy with that. Good start to the new week. Cannot be any smoother than that without any drawdown and in an instant. So nice work. Hopefully some of you took it. Par left, nice one. So it took it. Yes, very nice one. Good start to the week, guys. Well done. No one else took it. Rick got whiskey. Nice one. Come on, guys. anyone else? Probably gonna get stopped out.
Also, the
Sorry, mate.
I took it also.
Nice one. Good work.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm out now. Break even. So quick one. That's all right. Nice quick W. That's a good start to the week. Just waiting patiently for what we want to present, and then taking the entry. So once again, it's important not to be greedy, guys, as well. When we're not trending at the moment, that is one thing. So whilst we're not trending, and we're technically bullish on the M30, it could easily do something like what it's doing just now. Wick you in, make a little bit of a move down, quickly get you to the point where you can maybe secure some profit and then pop straight back up. Because what this could be doing just now is grabbing a little bit more liquidity before it heads back up. So just in and out. But good work, guys. Well done. Good start to the week. Nags, good to hear it. Good to see you, mate. Nice one, guys. All right, so what would be the plan moving forward? All right, so the plan moving forward, getting back to it. It's a bit choppy right now, so I'd still look at the same thing as what I mentioned before. If we now begin to close above this resistance, so the next potential option for me would be if we were to engulf that bearish candle, close back above. We've just got this bullish wick to the left hand side, and you finally got a catalyst. So you've got the break, didn't manage to close above, but you've definitely pulled back. And what that would suggest is if we do manage to finally close above, is that we may have just grabbed once again more liquidity from this area below. So just be waiting for a lower wick, but you need to let it present again. So unless you have it, for instance, the 30 closing above with the 5-minute tap in, like I mentioned before, then you don't necessarily need the entry counts to tap into that resistance. But if you don't have that and you're just waiting on a 15-minute closure, then I definitely want to see price pull back, tap in, continuation as your valid entry. For the sells right now, I mean, if you're weren't in those, then you need to wait for it to set up again. What I prefer to do is just wait for it to pull back higher up, to be honest, if I was to sell it. And the other option would be look to buy it from lower down if it does eventually reject and make the move back down to this resistance, which we broke out of during the Asian session, which we have not yet retested. The buys will be valid from lower down so long as you get your right confirmation to look for the buy option. Now, GJ, just consolidating, no real clear direction within price action. So for me on GJ, once again, I'd just be waiting for it to, at the moment, be trading the range. So if it pulls back up to this M30 resistance around that 600 level, then look for rejection. Closures above that resistance, it's likely going to retest the current daily counters high. The issue with that is you might not have the margin, but I would consider a closure above the resistance here at 195.720 roughly, and sells below it obviously, and still be definitely considering it sells below 195 flat. And now that we're bouncing off this support multiple times, we did make another clear move back down. In my opinion, there'd be nothing wrong with looking for your confirmation to buy it from lower down as well. So that's a wrap, guys. That's about it. Well done. Good starts in your week. Thanks. Hope everyone's doing great. Likewise. So yeah, W stream, guys. Well done. Oh, almost lost my watch. Moving trades and views, it's slowly getting there, mate. But again, I've got big plans for next year, so without a doubt, we'll get there. So guys, just as I mentioned before earlier in the stream, Wednesday I will do a wheel spin for. There'll be about 4 or 5 of you who I believe have contributed a lot in this particular chat, and also on the free within the free Discord community. and you guys will go into a little wheel spin, and the winner will be obviously given access to the VIP. So be on a stream for that. And yeah, otherwise links are down below if anyone wants to know more. Also, make sure to follow me on IG for updates. TikTok until I get banned completely, which is likely going to happen on the next stream. And always feel free to say g'day, guys. Drop a message on IG. I reply to everyone who, since you guys know, I always reply to you. So feel free to say g'day and just have a chat. Otherwise, guys, I'll be on tomorrow, same time, same place. Until then, trade safe. Have a good one. Peace, guys. Catch you then.
Thank you, mate. Bye.
See you guys. I'll catch you guys in probably 15 minutes or so. Bye, guys.
Okay.